I'm Aaron Kelly. I'm a Public Works Operations Manager here, so I oversee the streets, fleet, and the facilities.
Hello, my name's Andy Greer. I am the Street Maintenance Supervisor for the City of Wenatchee.
Here we have 19 of some of our fleet, which is about 19 vehicles to be able to deal with snow removal. Here's a couple of graders. We can kind of move on here and see a couple others.
So what you'll see here is a road grader. This one's actually a rental. We own 4, we rent 2 for winter operations. This is what you're gonna see probably out in front, typically. It's roughly a 60,000 pound machine. It can move a lot of snow. So this is a anti-icing, de-icing truck setup, computer controlled, varying amounts per lane mile. You might see this, you'll see the stripes on traveled lanes, and that's what's putting it down.
For street maintenance, it's about 19 different vehicles. Now, that does include 2 snow blowers, which might not be deployed right away. This is for when we're removing the snow berms. And we have 2, one basically as a backup, as to be able to be ready if whether or not one breaks down. Some years are a lot more hours and some are a lot less. Typically a typical snowstorm, which is hard to be able to say what that is, but is between 6 to maybe 800 hours by the time that we get everything cleaned up. The one from earlier this week, I'd say it was probably between 300 to 400 hours, probably at the kind of the high end of it.
We take the approach of being proactive with a anti-icing treatment that we apply prior to a snow event. And that consists of a salt brine. So this is the salt that we're using. It's coated with a proprietary blend. This product is called Ice Kicker. You can take a peek at that. Gotcha. The claim to fame with this is that it is 50% less corrosive than your typical rock salt. And that's why we've chosen to use this off the qualified product list. It's a balancing act. That's why we decided to convert this granule product into a brine solution, which allows us to use less of it. We've got the capacity to hold 13,000 gallons of it at a time. When it's running great, those can be filled in about 20 minutes. So right here we've got a wheel loader, and it's got a front mounted snow blower. This would be utilized after the storm has passed and the center berm removal down in the central business district that we've all seen. As you can see, it's quite the blower. Moving on, this is a 1.5 ton truck that you might see running around. And this might be used for alleys, cul-de-sacs. Some of the steeper stuff it works good in, the narrow stuff. So this particular truck, this tanker truck here, actually has dual purpose. In the summertime, it's our water truck. And in the wintertime, it's another de-ice truck. This is another 10-yard dump truck that's got a front blade on it and another poly tank in the back. This one applies the de-icer as well. So this is a 5-yard truck, single axle with a frame-mounted sander and with a plow in the front. This is what you're going to see behind one of the road graders. January of 22, where we received the 24 inches in 24 hours. That was quite challenging. The other one that I could think of was probably back in the early 2000s. We had a freezing rain event, a little bit of an ice storm, and that was quite dangerous. The first priority is classified streets that are arterial collectors. All of Wenatchee Avenue, SR 285, Mission Chelan, Western, all the ups and downs such as Cherry, Castle Rock, Washington, Orchard, those are all priority 1 streets. After that, priority 1 streets are cleared. Crews will move to priority 2, which is going to be your residential streets, alleys, cul-de-sacs, etc.
Right off the bat, at first is just to be patient, plan some extra time in your commute. I mean, I think we've all probably kind of heard those things. Stopping distances have got to be greater. At the same time, I think we would want to ask the public just to be able to be patient. Usually right after a snowstorm, we're out there, but we can't necessarily hit all 275 lane miles in the city instantly. So it's going to take some time.